Why now? I think it's time. I mean, I was so fortunate to be with Tom when it started, so I know where his priorities were. When his number one priority was becoming the best quarterback he could be to win championships. And as 20 years go by, I mean, you can say it's end of an era. It's almost an end of two eras, really. I mean, you end up becoming a father and a husband, and you start seeing perspectives, and your perspective changes a little bit. I'm talking about the family aspect of it, of course, and football was still up there with him, but then there's that other part where, what am I missing? Okay, questions you ask yourself. I'm sure Giselle has asked him too. What else do you have to prove? 2 great years in Tampa, one team-wise, you get the championship, and then one individually. You saw the stats of this year and all the firsts and all the passes, completions, and touchdowns and all that stuff. So he can only go down from here, and I don't think he would. I think he physically could play 3 more, but it's about, you know what, it's almost a perfect time, too, to just walk away while I've had a great year and I had a good last drive. I mean, he didn't win the game, but still feeling fulfilled about a career. I think that's where he is right now, and he should be.
Listen, let me take a turn, and not with a point of, not with an opinion per se, but just a thought that I'd like to be educated about from the married folks up in here and stuff like that. Y'all know I've never walked down that aisle. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all are fortunate. Here's what I'm thinking, Tedy Bruschi. Giselle is home. And at some point she said, what about me? What about us? And you run out of answers. What possible answer could Tom Brady have at this point? See, as we all sit here and throw all the laudables and sprinkle all of the laudables on his resume, his career and stuff like that, I think the thing that we don't take into account, or we haven't taken into account enough, and I'm certainly guilty of this, is that Giselle watching that too. She knows it better than us. You know what I'm saying? I said he threw for 84,000 plus yards. She know the exact number. I mentioned he threw for over 620 touchdowns. She knew the exact number. I talked about the 7 titles and the 5 Super Bowl MVPs and the 3 league MVPs and stuff like that. Not only does she know all of that, Teddy, playmaker, she also knows, okay, all the, those delicate stories that you could talk about, Teddy, when, Tom Brady, was tutoring your son on how to be a quarterback or whatever he did for Michael Irvin. Molly, you know as well. I'm saying y'all know what comes with it. And I'm just saying that's ammunition for her. It's actually ammunition against Brady because he went, and then Antonio Brown comes in, and you causing all of this stress and this drama, and then like, why are you still doing this exactly? And then not only that, and this is what I'll get because I got 4. I was raised by 5 women. I got 4 older sisters. Okay, so I believe, I don't know, but I believe in my heart. At some point in time, Giselle did this. What are you trying to say? You don't want to be home? Is that what you're trying to say? And guess what? And if you're Tom Brady, you're like, no, I'm not saying that at all. I do want to be home. I do want to be home. That's all I'm saying, Teddy. It's just a thought. It's just a thought.
No, I think it's, you talk about the marital aspect of it, and it's actually been incredibly unselfish of Giselle over the last 5 to 7 years to let him continue. I mean,
no, I'm not debating that. No, I'm saying she cornered him now. And it diluted. He didn't have a comeback after this because of what you just said. She has been unselfish. She has been incredibly supportive. I'm saying she said enough's enough. What argument could he have?
Well, I mean, I think that's been I think this has been the plan the whole time about after this year. And I don't think with these quarterbacks, I mean, Mike, they don't fly by the seat of their pants like, I'm going to just make the decision right now and let's have a conversation. These things are put into works like months and a year, maybe 2 years in advance. I leave New England. It's all right, honey. This is what we got to do. 2 years? What do you think? And maybe that was the plan all along.
Yeah, and when we get to 22 years, so we can back this thing up and know that these discussions been going on for quite a few years. Because I could imagine. I can see Tom in there saying, you know, I want to be here and I want to be able to give you all of me. I'm such a competitor, but there's still a lot of me on the football field. If I come home, I'm not coming home complete to give you all of me. So I'd imagine the last few years he's used that argument, and maybe right now it's at a point where it's not working. Hey, listen, we all know what's best for Tom, and Tom's going to do what's best for Tom. I'm just saying for the game, I'm going to miss him and all that he brings to the game.
Of course, one of my favorite athletes ever, and I'm a Giants fan saying that. But, Teddy, I want to ask you this, and I know families first, and I'm glad that he'll have that time with his children and his wife and all of that. But I also feel like Tom is so driven and calculated at the same time, and I mean that in a complimentary aspect, that I'm sure he's excited and eager to start his second career and has aspirations and other things that he would like to accomplish. I don't think he would just be a stay-at-home dad. I think he also has other projects that he'd want to be involved in, right?
Totally agree, Molly. And like I'm saying about these men, these quarterbacks, these elite quarterbacks, these competitors, Tom knew way before he said goodbye to New England that was his last year. I argue that Tom knew that it was highly possible that he would spend just 2 years in Tampa Bay, or before this last year, he knew this was going to be his last year too. Now, do you think Tom Brady doesn't have a plan in terms of what he'll do now? He absolutely does. I can't give you intimate knowledge about what it is, but you will learn about big plans that the Brady camp has. I believe that it is not unknown. I mean, Tom does not go through anything about, okay, what do I do now? It's about what I was thinking about for probably 5 years of what I could do when I finally say goodbye.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.